Look at you yummy plate of diced pineapples waiting for me in the fridge. Yes, you are, baby dolls. Let's go through this right now. There is a gentle sir out here. Shout out to you, Mnemonics. Now, Richard Hart's brother, Shane Hart, he goes around to many outside PulseChain communities, friends, and he just shills PulseChain, just like relentlessly, everywhere. Random Twitters, like music stars, rap stars, movie people, just it's insane what he's able to do. Just like random parts of the day. I don't even know how he finds them, right? Now, this thing is making me bullish on the whole ecosystem when I hear this. Okay, so this guy's going to be really bearish. Okay, and look at the disbelief in here. This is what we call a disbelief pump. Look at this, friends.
Hexcoin, PulseChain, Richard Hart, #1. He's got you guys in a twister so bad that he didn't even need to sell his tokens. He just made you guys burn yours so he could go out and buy Rolexes. You really think he's developing the technology behind Hex or PulseChain? Please, brother, you got scammed. Wake up to that and tell me how much your Hex is now. 99% from the highs. No asset has ever recovered that. Don't give me the, oh, Bitcoin went down 80% and Ethereum went down 90%. They were at a lower market cap when they did that. And it wasn't 99%. To get 99%, you have to go down 90%?
So actually, if you're curious, friends, yeah, Cardano went around down that much and then it recovered the high. So Cardano dropped 98.9% or whatever. Aave as well dropped to 99%, 99.28 if I think I remember correctly, and then it went up, did like a 1,600x. So it has happened, but obviously his argument's going to be, well, the market cap. Look, man, market cap, remove that. There are 260,000 people in Hex now, and PulseChain and PulseX community. If you want to recover that high, if you want to do 100x from here, you got to 10x that user base. Can we go from 260,000 people to 2.6 million people? I think you can, man. I think you can. Doge went from 440,000 to now 4.8 million on chain. Probably has more now because the last time I checked it was like 2 years ago. You see that? So Doge was able to go up to 4.8 million. It is possible to do that, friends. Of course, all around crypto. I mean, Bitcoin has 320 million people in there. You're telling me when people get a bit bored because they're seeing altcoins go up, you can't find like 1 million from there? And that's not even counting the new people coming in. We only have 520 million people in crypto. What if the next wave gets another billion in? A billion people, man. A billion people, you can't find 1/1000th of that is a million. You see? So the opportunity is there. If you look at market cap, I get it. Oh, yeah, the numbers look big. No, but it goes off the user base. And that gentle sir, friends, as you can see with his very, very gentle hair and him being in gentle nature and stuff, you saw when he's talking about the hex move, this is what I mean by disbelief pump. You see, this is exactly what I mean, friends. I mean, this thing just literally went up here. Yeah, it does a 300% move in 19 days, 4x move. And he's basically saying that you will only create conflict. Saying it doesn't matter? Last time I checked, I was bobbing my head, sir. You're saying this doesn't matter? Okay. All right. Yeah, I know it's going to matter for you at a much higher price. This is the funny part. What do you think Shane Hart's going to be telling this dude if Hex is 10 cents later on? He's going to say like, hey, silly willy, you missed out on 30 times your money because you are a mid-curver. They're not going to feel good. I also want to show you what's going on out there in crypto land, friends. Let's read this from Rajat. Rajat said, you can invest in the stock market and have enough to retire in 40 years. Or you can buy Bitcoin and possibly retire in less than 15 years. You know, I saw this, friends. I literally choked up. I'm like, oh my gosh, everything I said is coming true. Do you know this is at your friend Sommi specialty from literally 2 years ago? I was making tweets and I started with Twitter videos, especially a year and a half ago. I went through this and I said the Bitcoin maxi marketing will be forced to change as they no longer cater to retailers, the people, and it becomes like a Wall Street coin and it's more mature. You're becoming later stage, okay? You're getting the skeptics and the laggards in. Now, it has to compete in the stock market. So the stock market, yeah, you retire in 40 years because it's giving you only 7% growth. But with Bitcoin, They're just going to have to change it from, oh, in like 10, 20 years, you're fine. Okay. Oh, here's 10 years now. And I'm thinking, bro, do you know how Bitcoin started? Do you know we are all here because Bitcoin was retiring people in 360 days? You know that? Like, do I need to remind you that Bitcoin back here, friends, from 2011 and 12, it did a 600x from the bottom to the top. And then in 2015, it did 100x. And then it did a 20x. So now you're telling me, oh, friend, you might be able to retire in 15 years. Now, obviously, God bless everyone's hearts. I'm just telling you that this is all part of my prophecy expectations. This is what they have to do. It's becoming later stage out there, friends. So their marketing is changing because the Wall Street guys are in here. You know what I mean? Those types of guys, they're in here now. And they're looking at basis points. You see, they look at the stock market. They go, oh, stock market did 10%. Bitcoin did 27%. Sweet, we win. That's how they think. Bro, if I told you your portfolio was going to do a 27% in the next 12 months, you would literally get this cigar prop and you would just burn my skin with it, okay? That's how angry you would be if I just told you you're getting a 27%. So what do we do? Well, we know what to do, right? First, we check out this Peppy being fed bananas. What do you have to do? You have to find communities that grow naturally and organically, all right? Cults, you find the cults. PulseChain, biggest and best example. Short-term hype phases are natural, but if all the budget of a coin and the marketing, if it's spent on the launch, who's going to pick up the pieces? You have to ask yourself that. You need a cult. You need a cult mentality, a cult group. Okay, strong communities always win. All right, they do raids, they do memes, they throw in culture. And I'm just going to show you, friends. So shout out to Mr. Euphoria Web 3. This guy's amazing. I don't know if it's a guy. Mr. Euphoria Reb, I love you, bro. Look what you did. He'd made an updated content creator. Everybody who tags and promotes PulseChain. And this is the funny part, man. Friends, there are 121 here. I think around the 120. Now, you might say, but my friend Sommi, you said there was 170. Shut up! It's still a bear market. You ever think about that? This is 120 people who were schizo enough to sit here while Hex is down 99% and still tell you it's gone all dollar. All right? Now, I want to ask you this and then answer it for myself. If Hex goes up to 10 cents, do you think there's going to be more than 120 people or less? Obviously, there's going to be more. So you have 120 cult-like, not even cult-like, it's a cult, dude. None of this like stuff. It's a cult. It's the #1 cult, okay? It made cults in crypto. You see? You tell me there's going to be more people or less people, friends. You know the answer. And all the bull market guys, they're missing. They're missing now. They're going to come back. They're going to come back real quick. Reminder, PulseChain is 800 million market cap, and it could be 100 billion in this cycle. Yeah, it could be, man. It could be, right? Depending how Bitcoin goes. If Bitcoin stops, I'm going to go through quickly, friends. I've made for you my cycle video. You got to watch that. 40 minutes long. You got to really understand where we're going on the cycle. I'll show you pictures again, but if Bitcoin stops at 100K, okay, maybe PulseChain hits 30 billion, all right? If Bitcoin goes to 200 or 250K, okay, now we're looking at maybe the 100 billion. So I'm just trying to prepare you. Like, what's that distance from today? Well, it's the first one is 10x from today. The other one's 30x from today. But you got to remember, ratios change, and that's from today, right? Ratios change, and like even in bad case, if Pulse does a 10x from today, friends, the PulseChain altcoins are going to do like a 50 to 100x. You see, Pika, Dickwifba, PDI, yeah, because they're going to be doing leverage, slingshot leverage on PLS. So this is the whole ecosystem today. Of course, the past 7 days was green, and yes, there's still turbo bearish people out there. Now, friends, I have this post out here, which you recognize from my previous cycle video. This is very important. So just in a nutshell, I gave you the summary. The summary is, it is possible Bitcoin goes to $100,000 and then it stalls there for a long time. Okay, it stalls there. But when Bitcoin goes from 100, actually, let's draw it now. Okay, let's zoom in now. When Bitcoin goes to 100K, like here, okay, let's say altcoins are anywhere from 5 to 50x. Okay, let's say PulseChain's up 10x. PulseX, EXPX, whatever. All right. Well, if Bitcoin comes back down to like 70 to form a base, even though you're going to look at it and say, oh, that's only 30% drop, but we learned from this period here, this year, that even if it's a 30% drop in Bitcoin, if there's red monthly candles that take a while to appear, you're not going to get a 30% drop in PulseX, or Hex. It's going to be like an 80% drop. Okay, so in a nutshell, if just guessing, if everything does 10 and drops 80%, you're up a 2x from today, net. But you saw 10 first, and you retraced 80%, and now we're like bull posting and coping for the next super cycle period, okay? But here's the thing. What if we don't stop at 100K? What if we actually go to 200K? Okay, well then we all win in a very short amount of time, don't we? And that's what I have here in this picture. This is the others index, friends, pure altcoins, and I've drawn it to show you it does a 4x up here, so 1 trillion market cap. This is the big crash I talked about. It's 50% on the index, but that means like 80% on the big movers. And then the yellow part is the recovery. I know this is what no one expects. So if like I've got it filtered out here for you. In one world, Bitcoin only goes to 100 and something appears in the universe. China invades Taiwan, the US economy cracks, fake alien invasion. I don't know what it is. World War 4, 5, and 6, whatever. So it goes to 100K and it stalls there. And we have to load next year for the super cycle. Okay. The other option or world is we don't stall at 100K. We go to 100K, we do a triangle after like 3 months, and then we actually go up to 200, 250K. So my whole video that I made for you, I've got to remind you, please, you look at, say, wherever your portfolio was today, was in March this year, that high, are you financially okay with that? Because your portfolio might do a 10 from today, might, and then come back to that zone. So if you considered yourself a failure, you felt depressed in February, March this year, I'm basically telling you now, well, you're gonna either do one of two things. One, sell along the way on the way up, which I know no one's gonna do that. I know you're meant to do that, no one's gonna do that. An easier option is you buy more now and you keep that's your trading stack. Trade. This is what I'll do. Not financial advice, is what I'll do, okay? If I'll bring it out here, the chart. So let's say Hex, for example, okay, but it's the same thing for Pulse and PulseX. Let's go, okay, I'm putting in like $2,000 today, and if it goes up to here, there's your 7x, you get 14,000, pay $4,000 to the government, keep 10 for yourself, and that's like, okay, you just get to keep that on the side throughout next year. Because in that 100K zone, friends, this is what the chart would look like, by the way. You do a 10x up here, and then there's a minus 80% drop. Let me actually show you what 80% will do. Bang, it actually come back all the way here. So do that, and then bang, like that, all right? So that's what it would look like. But don't expect this big V reversal, because I don't know, but you know now, okay? You have the two scenarios. So either we go to 100 and stop for a long time, or we go to 100, stop a bit, and go to 200, okay? And that really is the dictator of crypto, because of the Bitcoin dominance and the market repricing from there. Are there going to be any indicators out here for us? Yeah, could be Coinbase App Store ranking. It might go the way it hit number 1. It hit rank 34 in March this year. So that's possible, friends. Coinbase App Store ranking hits. But let's say you sell half. Just leave some on the side, just in case. Because if you sell half, take it all out, pay taxes and do everything. If you sell half and take it all out, I know you're not going to buy that crash, because you're going to be biased. Okay, because if you sell, people sell everything, friends. I'll just show you now. Let's actually go and let's actually look at the PulseChain price chart, because this is very easy to see. And remember, I'm just using this as an example. This works for Chainlink and Solana, everything else. Okay, if we go up here, let's do this. If we go up here, friends, and let's say you're like scaling out on the way. When it comes down here and it's down 80%, okay, it's making like a level floor here. You know this part, you're not going to get back in, okay? You're not going to get back in. People don't get back in because they are now too bearish, all right? They're not They're not thinking straight. Most people won't think straight. I'll tell you right now, friends, it's just like here. Okay, it comes back down here. Trust me, there is going to be every single person in crypto Twitter saying it's over. We hit 100K. We rejected. The cycle's over. 4-year cycle. They're going to start spamming all those things in your head, and you'll literally you're gonna miss out. Okay, so that's something you have to decide for yourself. Maybe you can't go wrong with half and half. You can use different indicators, like this old season index, but you're not going to get a perfect reading. That's what I'm saying. And also, the fear of missing out is going to kill you. So if you sold PulseChain core coins on a 10x, what's your worst nightmare? Your worst nightmare is that Richard is selling ETH and he thrashes it up. And now it doesn't hit 10x, it goes to 30x, right? So the whole ecosystem is like 100 billion plus. That's your worst nightmare because you missed out on the bulk of the gains. Because it's going to it's going to take like another 9 months to 12 months in the bear market just to come back to where you sold. And then you're going to be begging for lower prices, and maybe you get it, but you're so jaded. I know, man, it's not easy, friends. However, this next part we can enjoy. Okay, this is the altcoin index. It's going to take a while to get here, but eventually we pop up. We go, pip. This is the altcoins. I'm just trying to prepare you for this, friends, because no one's talking about 10. Everyone's talking about, oh, I get a 50 or whatever. But yeah, I'm just helping you go through this cycle. But there are some things, friends, that they plague my mind because Cardano did something special. It really showed you don't need any technology, bro. Cardano, friends, let me bring up the chart, went from 1 billion market cap. Let me show you. It bottomed out, friends. Here's 1 billion. It went from 1 billion market cap to 100 billion with no smart contract functionality. It was able to do that. So even though like it was a mania, it's Charles Hoskinson cult, and it was pricing off the Ethereum mania, right? Because it's meant to be a competitor to Ethereum. You do have that factor, but just to show you that that's possible, it was amazing. And I hope it grows bigger in this one. So if Cardano, friends, can hit 100 billion, why can't PulseChain? With all these other advantages that have come its way. Like you might say, oh, but Richard, what if he's gagged? What if he doesn't win that court case? What if they have to go through next year? Yeah, there is that. And then I say to you, okay, what about the 170,000 Ethereum sitting there? You're going to give that a 0% probability of acting? Okay. So that's why I've drawn this. I've got this Pikachu, friends, with this PulseChain logo just to remind you about this kindness and friendship here. We're going to catch all the Pokemon, friends. Every single friend will be collected. You got it? That's what we're doing. We're collecting friends along the way. Everyone's coming. And no matter how you look at it, from any angle, just grab, look at your portfolio today. Just get a calculator, man. Get a calculator and just do times 5. Okay, times 5. Now, if it goes 10, no one's clicking out there because you don't know where it's going to stop. Okay, by the time you can come to your senses, it's up around 5. Okay, do you retire off that? If you don't retire off that, stay on the horse. If 10 does retire you and you're like, you know what? Because some people bought the lows, they avoided the bear market, they might just be all out. And then, yeah, just watch out for them because they're going to be the most vocal when we start correcting. They're going to tell you it's all over because they bought and they traded out. But also, don't be surprised as well if they do turbo leverage at the long and then they get trapped all over again. That's also possible. Okay, so there's a lot of things that can happen. But if we bring back the chart, because this is what we live for, friends, just to draw these magical charts up. What would a 10x from here be? It would be, there you go, it would be around, remember this is Pulse, around here, 6, 7x day one sack. That's what it'll look like, okay? So this is what you're looking at. And then you have to assess it from here, okay? You assess it from here. There could always be the ping down, go back up, ping up. There is that, or there is that scenario 1. We go down here, or there is the part where this is actually a triangle, you know, the bullish triangle, and then we actually just go, but you're not going to know until it's too late, are you? Okay. I will be, the only thing I can really do, friends, is like at these points, I can't tell you to do anything, but I could tell you to get rid of get rid of stuff where if, get like, I know a lot of people do this, pay off your debts. Do you have credit card bills? Maybe you need to replenish your savings for the next year or so, recover yourself off. There's people with like leverage positions on Binance. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty much, that's what I'll be talking about up here. Okay. Because I'm just, you just don't know, man. What if you get to witness Richard rotating it in? That's what you don't know. And ultimately, I want to remind you of the price target range. I know, man, I wish it was easy, man. It's literally astrology. It really is, okay? This is Armadillo's price targets, and I made a video early in the year, okay, that we went through it. Actually, if I remember, if I bring it here. This is my post out here, which from Armadillo. But friends, I want to show you this, okay? Look at this. I was literally, this was early in the year. When did I actually post this? It was, there you go, April. Look what I wrote here, okay? However, from my polls and surveys, we've discovered that most of the crypto participants believe this cycle is left translated or over very soon. I was shocked. I reread my post. I was like, oh, crowd consensus. Got us all. We knew it though. We knew it. Remember? We're making videos. Remember, I was expecting, oh, maybe left translated. I was like, wait a minute. You're all expecting left translated too? I guess it's standard 4-year cycle then, right? That's what happened. The path that catches the most people would be a standard 4-year cycle or even a cycle that runs all the way to Q4 2025. Or even a poopy 2024 finisher, but then a whopping 2025 and 2026 combo. That was like Bitcoin 40K, that 2020, that one scenario. So crowd consensus, man, it comes back in. By the way, crowd consensus, heavily stacked in soy lana. Warning, warning, warning. Don't drink soy. Don't drink soy. You will get cucked. Okay, so you can do whatever you want there. Let's look at Armadillo's price targets, friends. His bullish Bitcoin, 276K. Moderate, 170K. Conservative, 100K. And it really does think it might be one of these longer super cycle accentuated ones, okay? Isn't it good though, friends? We spend all this time here so we can simplify all this. I'll just jam it into your head, okay? I know there's not much space in my head. Just got a peanut brain in there and a lot of hollow space, but there's plenty of room, okay? Actually, now we come down once again to how far is Bitcoin going to go? Because if you go back to Bitcoin here, friends, in the 2021 cycle, your targets for altcoins, they were only known if you knew where Bitcoin stops. See how Bitcoin stops here, but everyone thought it was actually going to keep going up. But what if Bitcoin hit 200K back then? Okay, then it would have had higher altcoins. Now, here's the thing, man. You just don't know when it's going to stop. Though, we have a bit of a trick, don't we? Look what Bitcoin did here, my friends. Bitcoin did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green monthly candles. Okay, see that? What did Bitcoin do here, friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually did a 7th green monthly candle. Okay, so you and I, we're seeing a bit of a pattern here. If big if Bitcoin, we've had one in September. We do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this happens to February, March next year, if we've done like 6, 7 green monthly candles, we'll know, oh, okay, it might be time to stop the party. Okay, so that's just something to think about. But I know this offensive. I know, trust me, it pisses me off so much. I'm like, oh, here's another contradiction. Oh, timer didn't work. I know. He's literally freaking guessing, man. He's literally guessing. In 2017, it didn't do that. In 2017, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a red reset, and then 1, 2, 3 blow off. Okay, so it doesn't have to do 5 or 6 in a row, but if we get that, you know what's up. So please think about your portfolio. Think about that number. If you get 5 to 10 from here, if it changes your life, just peel off everywhere, man. Just take something for yourself. Okay, and then now you know, you're going to look at, okay, when PulseChain does its 10x, is Bitcoin at 100K or is Bitcoin at 250K? If Bitcoin is at 100K, you go, okay, well, we're kind of stopping, right? Okay, because even then, well, this goes for every single altcoin, just using that for PulseChain, for example. If Bitcoin's at 250K and you're seeing PulseChain stop at 6x day one sack, you be careful of getting out then, because that might be the triangle where it ranges and then it blows off after that. Okay, so ultimately, our fate is in the orange coin. Make sure you like, subscribe. Don't forget it loves you.